Mewtwo. Everyone and their freaking grandmothers want this guy in the game. There's more leaks with him in it than there's reasons to believe them. And fans everywhere got the shit trolled out of them when the Greninja trailer came out.
Mewtwo! 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 Mewtwo!
Jesus. The two most recent leaks being screenshots of the character selection screen, and in-game footage of what's supposedly Mega Mewtwo Y, both of which have unfortunately been debunked. That and there's already 4 Pokemon representatives already, so slots are running thin for the guy. What he's got going for him is that he's one of only 2 Pokemon with 2 Mega Evolutions, the other being Charizard, whose Mega X form has been confirmed to be his final smash in the new game. So it makes sense to introduce Mewtwo along with his Mega Y form as a final smash to balance things out. And with E3 coming up, if there's anything that will generate hype, it's reintroducing this guy. With that being said, let's go over how he'd play out if he were to return to Super Smash Bros. 4. 1. They could import his exact moveset from Melee into the new game, along with minor tweaks here and there. And while this does seem promising up front, there are a few glaring issues with this, because 2 of his most prominent special moves have already been given to other characters. His neutral special, Shadow Ball, has been granted to Lucario in the form of Aura Sphere, and in full force, while his recovery, the Teleport, is now used by Greninja in the form of Shadow Sneak. So either way, it looks like there will be some change to his moveset. 2. And apologies to Mewtwo fans in advance, but he could act as a boss character rather than a playable one. Most likely in that Elite 4 stage they showed earlier. They would never demote him into a Pokeball, that would just create riots. But let's be honest here, him being a boss character is a possibility. And 3. They could totally revamp his moveset so that it accommodates to today's representation of Mewtwo, as well as retain some aspects from Melee. For this, they could take inspiration from the Pokemon Origins anime, with that fight scene between, and spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it, Mewtwo and Red, where you see Mewtwo perform several psychic-based attacks, the first being his signature move, Psystrike, which could work for his neutral special, a simple but powerful projectile that would have a similar fire rate to Wolf's projectile, and would do more damage to those who has greater defenses, or in Smash's case, KO ability, just like in the Pokemon games. So for example, Psystrike would hit harder to someone like Bowser compared to Mario. Then they could use Swift for a side special, that would have the ability to hone in on your opponents, albeit with a bit of a startup. Barrier could be used for his down special, that would create a temporary wall between him and the other player, in which upon hit would encase them in a psychic bubble, creating an excellent setup for combo, like Rain can in MK9. But the barrier can only work one way, leaving him vulnerable from behind. As for potential combos, they could change up his side smash so that it's more like a force push, seen here immediately after the move is performed in the form of Psychic. Same goes for his down smash, which could draw in psychic energy to blast his opponents away from him. The distance this creates can be used to his advantage due to his grab game, which was considered one of the best in Melee. So to add to that, I reckon they should use his tail to grab opponents this time around, increasing the overall range like Olimar's back in Brawl. From there, they could keep the grab attacks the same like he did in Melee, cause they're pretty badass anyway. His standard attacks could utilize the spoon he's sometimes depicted to carry in Pokemon Adventures. That would be pretty cool. And as I said before, his final smash would be his Mega Mewtwo Y form, that would drastically increase the power of his attacks for a limited amount of time. Don't ask me how they would implement his tail grab here though. Or after Mega Evolving, he would perform an all-powerful attack, reminiscent of him breaking out of the lab he was created in, like in the anime. So what do you think? Do you think Mewtwo will return? And if so, how would he play out? Sound off in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more things Smash Bros, and I'll see you all next time.